Well, hello folks. Today we're going to change the crankset on the Jansno X50. And the reason I want to do this is because these cranks, they come down really close to the ground, and I've had these bottom out before. So I was gonna put like the pegs on there. There was another YouTuber that showed this kit that this particular company had that he bought from, and essentially it was just putting pegs on here. But I don't really want to do that, because then if I just put pegs on, then I could get in trouble. So I wanted something similar to pegs, but still kind of looking like pedals. So I found something on Alibaba. It has two short cranks. Now the pegs, they're too short. I mean, that's the size of the peg, which isn't very long. But the nice part about this is if I put these on, then I could probably get pegs that would be longer and sit on there much better. Because if you look at that, that's just way too small for a foot, particularly an adult foot. So I could put these on and maybe even put the pedals on these. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this crank set off and put this other crank set on. So pretty easy, you get one of these park tools, which I gotta get this first one off. It's one crank off. Oh yeah, it'll work. And then I just got to put the bolt on. Yeah. Which, as you can see, that peg is that's way too short. I mean, my foot would just barely be on that, and it'd be okay riding, I guess, but I feel like I would need, a larger pedal on that. So, I'll go ahead and take this off and put the pedal on here and see if the pedal sticks out. Or see if the pedal will actually screw onto this. And gotta get a wrench. Alright, so I got the new crank arms on. Decided not to go with these because they're way too short. I don't remember on Alibaba or whatever if they showed how long these were. It looks like possibly you could maybe put some sort of extension on here. I don't know, but yeah, these things, some places will sell them as pairs, and they have different colors: blue, red, black. Those are the only ones I can remember, but these are too short. I mean, it might be kind of cool if you could somehow or another put them on the back, but I don't have holes or anything, so my suggestion is if you can buy these separately, I would do it, because these are too short. But what I did is I just went ahead and put the pedals on, and it's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. It has a good height. Got my feet on the pedals, and it's a shorter crank set. Obviously, I'm not going to really be pedaling that much, but I could if I wanted to, I guess, you know, to try to, you know, I could just do it real fast because it's just cadence, you know. It's not a the other one, I can't think of what it's called, but as you can see, you know, shorter crank arm set. It's very similar to having pegs, but you still had that bicycle aesthetic. So, you know, here's the old crank arm. You know, that was down to here, and you know, this one's so much better. I don't have to worry about bottoming out now. So, anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, you can just look up Spirit Beast on Alibaba, or I think I got it from AliExpress actually, because it was like they shipped from New York, so that was pretty good. And here I am down in Maryland, so it only took a couple of days to get these. Just the crank set, I think, was like $10. So, you know, it's a very inexpensive alternative to putting a peg in here. Plus, it still, you know, keeps everything legal. So, and I know some of those kits that they have for these things, they're pretty expensive. I mean, like the one kit that I saw that another YouTuber was showing, which was essentially just a peg that goes through, and that was almost like $100, if not a little bit more. I could be completely off. I might be. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But again, these two, you get two of these crank arms, and they cost like $10. So, and it was free shipping. So, you know, a good alternative. You know, I just didn't want to have these long ones anymore because I'd get around turns and my pedals would hit the ground, and that was a little sketchy. Even though I have this air shock in the back, you know, I could increase the height just a little bit, but I don't want to do that. I like the way the shock runs right now. So anyways, I didn't put any thread lock on there. I might ride it a couple of times just to see how it feels. And then if it still feels, you know, comfortable to ride and I like them, then I'll probably go ahead and take them off and put thread lock on this and then thread lock on the pedal. But right now they're just, you know, torqued down to make sure that they don't just pop right off after a few rides. I also might just get new pedals because these are kind of beat up. And the other one, the reflector's missing off the side, so I might just, you know, you could probably find like an old bike somewhere and just, you know, do a swap of it. So anyways, hope you liked the two videos, or this video, and I'll talk to you later. Alright, so got the new pedal kit, their crank arms on the bike, and we're going to take it out for a ride and see how it works. Definitely interesting feeling how they are. So just for anybody who's not in the know, because I've had people talk about how they hear like a whining noise in my videos, and for the uninitiated, I'm sure you can hear this bike. Now this one's even louder because it has, you know, these all-terrain tires on it, and plus it has a geared hub motor, so the combination of those two together, you'll hear like the sound. You hear the tires mostly with their those are the tires. On the other bike, you notice that you don't really hear that sound, but you do hear like a kind of a whining, a high-pitched whining noise. Well, that is the motor. Even though the motor is pretty quiet for the most part, when you start cruising down the highway, you know, at a decent pace, the motor whines. It sounds, it almost sounds like a jet engine the way it sounds, because it's like that. But you know, when I'm riding with the microphone on, you have a tendency to hear those noises more, because you don't have the sound of the wind, or not as much. And that's the other thing, you have to realize that the wind does contribute in making a lot of noise. So I like the way these pegs are. They sit nice. They're at a perfect height. And again, their functionality is, you know, it's like these pegs should go like on the front of like a little kid's tricycle, or these crank arms. I gotta pull over to let these people pass me up here at this intersection. Definitely a chilly day, but I'm not riding very far. I can feel the wind kind of biting through the coat here. So I'm just gonna ride up to the cidery up here. I really just wanted to kind of get a feel of what these pegs felt like. And I got long johns on, but I'm not wearing a whole, I mean, I got like a turtleneck sweater on, but, and I got this thicker coat, but I can feel the wind biting right through. But again, like I said, I'm not going very far, even though I hate cold weather. Alright, so we're going up a hill. Might as well try out these pedals and see how they work. They kind of work. Well, they do work. It looks kind of ridiculous, but you know, I don't know. I had to point the camera down a little bit, or like in the video, so you could see me pedaling. It's not a whole lot of range of motion, but you know, it works. I don't really need torque, you know. It looks kind of funny though. It's like I don't even have to pedal them that fast, but you know, because it's a cadence, so it goes around a lot quicker. I mean, it's working pretty good. I mean, really, I'm pedaling right now. And the funny part about it is, it's like, you know, since it's such a shorter range of motion, my cadence is a lot faster, without as much effort, which is kind of funny. But I like them. I like how these are. They sit like at the perfect height. And I definitely won't have to worry about bottoming out. And they're almost, I mean, they've basically like pegs, except for the fact that I got pedals on here. So I'm pleased. I think it was a $10 well spent. So this joint just opened, so probably won't be a whole lot of people down here, especially since the Commanders are playing the Cowboys today. And bet you there's not hardly anybody down here because it just opened and it's chilly, but they might have like some fires going so you can kind of sit next to a fire. Yeah, there's some people down here, but man, not like the last time I came over here. Last time I came over here, there's a lot of people. And it was and that day it was cloudy, overcast, cloudy, and windy, and wasn't that nice? And today there's no wind. You know, sitting still, it's pretty nice. Oh, look, they got a little animal thing here. Maybe some for chickens or something. This place won't be open up much longer. Hey, do y'all still have like, can you still have fires down in the pits? Or do you all not doing that now? Are you still doing the fires down in the pits, or is you just not doing that now?
We are, but you need a reservation.
Oh, okay. I'll just wait for somebody to come and introduce myself. I'll just wait for somebody to come and I'll introduce myself. So, I can just sit here. You know, here's my picture. Go down here to one of the tables. Actually, let's back her up. Alright, well, I think the pegs, or the short miniature crank arms, have worked out pretty good. So again, very cheap alternative that if you don't want to spend like a whole bunch of money to try to figure out how to put pegs on here or buying some sort of kit that's going to cost a lot of money, just get these short crank arms. The nice part about that is it still retains the bicycle aesthetic to it, so you don't have to worry about the kappas. So anyhow, that'll conclude all three of the videos. And I hope you found this informative. And I'm going to go have a pint of cider. And until next time, peace.